Hey everyone, it's Josh. And before I get to the subject matter of this video, I want to give you a little bit of background. There are two situations in which people show their true colors, that they show who they really are. The first is, of course, what people do when nobody is watching. You can project anything you want to the world, but what are you doing when nobody's watching, right? You could say you're faithful to your wife, but maybe at night you're sleeping around with prostitutes. You get the idea. Or other women. It doesn't have to be prostitutes. But you get the idea. But there are two situations where people really show their true colors. When they're behind closed doors or alone. Or when they're in full view of others, but they know that others find it acceptable for them to break their usual morals in a particular situation. So, an example of this would be like me as a former homeless man. It's totally socially acceptable for somebody to completely abandon all their morals in the way that they treat me. They can call me names, they can lie to me, they can screw me over, and the general public doesn't care. So, this is where a person shows his true colors. Does he truly live by the morals he says he lives by? Because if he does, then he's going to treat you, whether or not you're a homeless man, the same way he treats everybody else. He's going to apply the same moral standards he lives by to you that he does with everybody else. But if he doesn't truly live by those morals, then he's just going to jump on the bandwagon. Well, you're just a homeless dude, so I can treat you any kind of way, because he doesn't have to save face, because the general public around him doesn't care about homeless people, or doesn't see homeless people as equals or as equally human or whatever. So these are the two situations where a person shows their true colors. And I've seen a lot of people's true colors. And that brings me to the lesson of today. It's not the lesson, but it's the question that I'm answering today. A lot of people have asked me, what is the biggest lesson I've learned from all my years of homelessness? Like, what is the one thing I would place above almost everything else? And I've had to think about this, but I decided what I believe a long time ago about this. Now, hold on. The biggest lesson I learned as a homeless man, and I'm sorry that my train of thought just kind of died there for a minute, but the biggest lesson that I learned as a homeless man is that popularity and clout and status and things like that don't mean nothing. And they're nothing worth pursuing. See, in my years in the streets, I learned that there's very few. We just talked about the two situations where people show their true colors. I learned that there's really not a whole lot of truly good people out there. There really isn't. There's a handful in each town, but the not so good people vastly outnumber the good people. So for that reason, I don't give a shit about popularity. I don't give a shit about clout. Before I went into homelessness, there was a big part of me that wanted to be the man, wanted to be the most popular, well-liked, respected individual in the room or at college or whatever the case might be. But now that I know what's in most people's hearts, what they're really made of, what really motivates them, I could care less about any of that stuff. What does really having popularity and clout really even get you? Invited to a few extra parties? So what? To hell with those parties. Those parties don't mean nothing anyway. And you know what? Nobody's really having a good time at those parties anyway. They look like they're having a good time. You go into them parties like at frat houses or whatever, and yeah, people are dancing and getting drunk or whatever. But a lot of people are there with motivations. Everybody's trying to scheme to steal everybody else's girlfriend, or everybody's got some kind of angle that they're working. So nobody's really there just to be loose and really just, or not nobody, but a lot of people aren't really there to really just be themselves and have a truly good time. There's a whole lot of angling going on. So why would I want to go to a party like that? You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to be popular if that's what popularity gets you? I've learned that the few people in this world, or the handful of people in this world that are truly good people, those are the people I want around me. Those are the people I want to party with if I was going to party. You know what I'm saying? The people that have my back, the people that live by the morals and ethics that they say they live by, the people that have shown me that they have my back time after time, these are the people that I want around me. You can have your popularity and your clout and all this sort of stuff. You know, and if you're somebody who wants clout and wants popularity and all that, you can get that, but the thing is you have to walk on a whole lot of eggshells in order to maintain that popularity and that status. To me, it's not worth it. To me, I'm going to rock with the few truly good friends I have in life. And I'm going to stick by them the way they stuck by me, because it's only with those friends that you can create like real lasting memories and have like real connections with. So yeah, no, popularity means nothing to me. And in a weird way, that's what being homeless taught me. You know, being homeless taught me what most individuals are made of. Why would I want to be popular with these individuals? What of substance is in it for me? There might be financial motivation in it for me. There might be, you know, other perks to it, but what of substance is there in it for me to be the most popular person in the room, or keep up some sort of status quo or whatever? I'm rocking with people I consider real. And after years in the streets, I understand how important that is. So that is the biggest lesson I learned as a homeless man. That's the biggest lesson the streets taught me, is that most people suck. So popularity ain't nothing. Popularity, status, clout, it doesn't mean a thing. You'd much rather have a handful of real friends to get you through life than thousands of fake friends that you can party with but don't have your back anyway. You know what I mean? So I don't know really how to close this video, but that is by far the biggest lesson I've learned as a homeless man. I'm going to link my Venmo down below as always. If you feel inspired by this video, please show your love through my Venmo. I will link my email for questions as well, as I always do. And that's all for now.